channel. Today we will learn 11th standard history unit 4 emergence of state and empire lesson la detail question kana answer full பார்க்கலாம். Okay, இங்க பாருங்க fourth roman la answer the following in detail. First one பாருங்க, explain the sources for the study of the Mauryan empire. Answer வந்து book page number 48 and 49 ல இருக்கு பார்க்கலாம். இங்க பாருங்க, இதுல first the Mauryan first letter capital letter write பண்ணுங்க. T வந்து capital T வரும். The Mauryan emperors, though they are mentioned in various Buddhist and Jain texts as well as in some Hindu works like the Brahmanas. இது first point. Second point பாருங்க, the Mahavamsa, the comprehensive historical chronicle in Pali from Sri Lanka, is an important additional source. Next point, the scattered information from these sources has been corroborated by accounts of Greek historians who left their accounts about India following Alexander's campaign in northwestern part of the country. Next page la parunga. Next point, archaeology and epigraphy are the tools that provide rich information for the historian to understand earlier periods of history. Next point பாருங்க, the archaeological finds in the Gangetic regions give us solid proof about the nature of the urban centers established in the region in course of time. Next point, in fact the reconstruction of the Mauryan period to a great extent became possible only after the Brahmi script of the inscriptions at Sanchi was deciphered by James Prinsep in 1837. Okay, information about other edicts in other parts of the country also became available at that time. Okay, our points are write பண்ணிக்கங்க. Next points பாருங்க, all the edicts began with a reference to a great king. Okay, next point, two later sources write பண்ணுங்க. Topic மாதிரி write பண்ணிக்கலாம். Two later sources னு போட்டு, the first is the rock inscription of Junagadh near Girnar in Gujarat. Junagadh near Girnar in Gujarat. This was carved during the reign of Rudradaman. Next பாருங்க, next point, it refers to Pushyagupta, the provincial governor Austria of emperor. இதோட continue right side ல இருக்கு பாருங்க, Emperor Chandragupta. This is of importance for two reasons. First point, it indicates the extent of the Mauryan Empire which had expanded as far west as Gujarat. And second point பாருங்க, it shows that more than 4 centuries after his death, the name of Chandragupta was still well known and remembered in many parts of the country. Next point, a second source is a literary work. The play Mutra Rakshasa by Visagadatta was written during the Gupta period, sometime after the 4th century CE. Next point, this play is often cited as a corroborative source in it supports the information gathered from other contemporary sources about Chandragupta. Next, last point பாருங்க, that thus attest to the significance of oral traditions which are now accepted as an additional valid source of history. Okay வா, இது வரல ரைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம் first question ஓட answer. Okay, next second question பாருங்க, describe the salient features of Mauryan polity. Answer வந்து book page number 55, 56, 57 ல இருக்கு பார்க்கலாமா. Fourth Roman la second answer பாருங்க, the major areas of concern for the Mauryan state were the collection of taxes as revenue to the state and the administration of justice, in addition to the maintenance of internal security and defense against external aggression. Okay va. Next point, Greek historians taking their lead of Megasthenes described the Mauryan state as a centralized state. Next point, the bureaucratic setup covered a hierarchy of settlements. The bureaucratic setup covered a hierarchy of settlements from the village to the towns, provincial capitals and major cities. Okay va, the bureaucratic. Next point, இங்க இருக்கு பாருங்க, Arthasastra. Perhaps the most detailed account of the administration is to be found in the Arthasastra. Next, நெக்ஸ்ட் ஹெட்டிங் பாருங்க provincial administration டாபிக் போட்டு அதுக்கு இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ரைட் பண்ணிக்க. At the head of the administration was the king. He was assisted by a council of ministers and a prohida or priest who was a person of great importance, and his secretary is known as Mahamatriyas. The capital region of Padaliputra was directly administered. The rest of the empire was divided into four provinces based at Swarnagiri near Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh, Ujjain, Avanti, Malwa, Taxila in the northwest, and Tosali in Odisha in the southeast. Okay, இது வரல ரைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட் இன் ஈச் ரீஜியன் இங்கே பாயிண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு பாருங்க. இன் ஈச் ரீஜியன் இதில் ஆரம்பிச்சு நெக்ஸ்ட் பேஜில் பாருங்க. இன் ஈச் ரீஜியன் த ரெவன்யூ அண்ட் ஜுடிக்கல் அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் அண்ட் த bureaucracy of the Mauryan state was replicated to achieve a uniform system of governance. Okay, wow. Next, the treasurer was responsible for keeping a record of the tax revenues. The accounts of each department had to be presented jointly by the ministers to the king. Each department had a large staff of superintendents and subordinate officers linked to the central and local governments. Okay. Next பாருங்க district and village administration topic போட்டுங்க அதுக்கு இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ரைட் பண்ணுங்க. The district was under the command of yes Thania, while officials known as Kobas were in charge of 5 to 10 villages. Urban administration was handled by a Nagariga. Villages were semi-autonomous and were under the authority of a Gramani. Okay, wow. Next, source of revenue topic போட்டுங்க அதுக்கு இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ரைட் பண்ணிக்கங்க. The Arthashastra recommended comprehensive state control over agricultural production and marketing with warehouses to store agricultural products and regulated marks in order to maximize the revenues from this most important sector of the economy. Other taxes include taxes on land, on irrigation, or continuing on urban houses, customs and tolls on goods transported for trade and profits from coinage and trade operations carried on. இதோட continue வந்து right sideல இருக்கு பாருங்க. On by the government. Next, forest mines and manufacture of salt on which the state held a monopoly were also important source of revenue. Next வந்து judicial administration topic போட்டுங்க அதுக்கு இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ரைட் பண்ணுங்க. Justice was administered through courts which were established in all the major towns. Two types of courts are mentioned. The Dharmasthya, first one வந்து Dharmasthya, and another type இங்க இருக்கு பாருங்க இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ரைட் பண்ணுங்க. Another type of court was called Kanta Kasodana. Okay, wow. Kanta Kasodana. Next, last or 3 lines. The overall objective of the judicial system as it evolved was to extend government control over most aspects of ordinary life. இது வரல ரைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். செகண்ட் கொஸ்டினோட ஆன்சர். நெக்ஸ்ட் பாருங்க தேர்ட் ஒன். ஹைலைட் த இம்பாக்ட் ஆஃப் பெர்சியன்ஸ் ஆன் இந்தியா. ஆன்சர் வந்து புக் பேஜ் நம்பர் 51ல இருக்கு பார்க்கலாம். இங்கே பாருங்க இம்பாக்ட் ஆஃப் பெர்சியன் கான்டாக்ட் இருக்குல்ல அது கீழே இருக்கிறது அப்படியே ரைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Third one answer. As the northern western part of India came under the control of the Persian Empire from about middle of the 6th century, the region became a center of confluence of Persian and Indian culture. This is the first point. Second point, the Persian contact left its impact on art, architecture, economy and administration of ancient India. Next point, the most significant impact was the development of the Kharosthi script used in the northwestern part of India. Okay, wow. Next point, like Aramaic Kharosthi was written from right to left. Persian Singloi is an imitation from the region. The earliest coins in India are traced to the period of Mahajanapadas. The Indian word for coin karsa is of Persian origin. Next point, the coins might have been inspired by the Persian coins. Okay, wow. Next இதோட கண்டினியூ வந்து ரைட் சைடில் இருக்குது. The Mauryan art and architecture show traces of Persian influence. Mauryan columns of the Asokan pillar are similar to the columns found in the Achaemenid Empire. The bell-shaped capital of the columns, especially the line capital of Sarnath pillar and the bell capital of Rampurwal pillar, show resemblance to designs found in the Achaemenid columns. Similarly, the pillared remains of the palace in Padaliputra display a remarkable similarity to the pillared hall in the Achaemenid capital. However, the craftsmen, though inspired by the Persian art and architecture, have a definite Indian character to to their work. Fourth Roman, third one answer. Okay. Next பாருங்க, fourth last question. Give an account of the edicts of Asoka. இதோட answer book page number 54 and 55ல இருக்கு பார்க்கலாம். இங்க பாருங்க fourth romanல fourth one answer. Edicts of Asoka இருக்குல டாபிக், அது கீழ இருக்கிறது அப்படியே ரைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். The edicts of Asoka thus constitute the most concrete source of information about the Mauryan Empire. There are 33 edicts comprising 14 major rock edicts, two known as Kalinga edicts, two pillar edicts, some minor rock edicts and a few minor pillars inscription. Next, the major rock edicts extended from Kandahar, in Afghanistan, Sabaskargi and Maneshera in northwest Pakistan to Uttarakhand district in the north, Gujarat and Maharashtra in the west. Okay. Odisha, next பாருங்க, Odisha in the east and as far south as Karnataka and Kurnool district in Andhra Pradesh. Minor pillar inscriptions have been found as far north as Nepal near Lumbini. The edicts were written mostly in the Brahmi script and in Magadhi and Prakrit. Magadhi and Prakrit. Okay, wow. Next, the Kandahar inscription are in Greek and Aramaic, while the two inscriptions in northwest Pakistan in Kharosthi script. Next, பாருங்க, the geographical spread of the edicts essentially defines the extent of the vast empire over which Asoka ruled. The second inscription mentions lands beyond his borders. Okay, wow. Next, இதோட continue பாருங்க. Next pageல இருக்கும். இதோட continue வந்து the edicts reveal Asoka's beliefs in peace, righteousness and justice and his concern for the welfare of his people. By rejecting violence and war, advocating peace and the pursuit of Dhamma, Asoka negated the prevailing philosophy of state of that stressed that an emperor had to strive to extend and consolidate his empire through warfare and military conquests. Okay, fourth Romanல fourth one answer. Okay. இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா நம்ம சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள், லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள். தேங்க்யூ டு ஆல்.